Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. This here's Portie's Garage.
Oh, that was your part. Sorry, sorry.
It's all right, it's all right. At least you're getting it right now. Okay, so here today, we're back in the garage. We're checking out Mick's 2023 Tacoma TRD. We're doing a year review on his tonneau cover. So let's get the camera set up so we can kind of go over this a little bit and we'll get right back at you.
So, sorry about bringing the mud in, but as I said earlier, if I had to go through a car wash every time I came over, I'd be broke. So sometimes you just got to do a little manual labor to sweep the garage out when we're done.
There you go. All right, we'll be right back. All right, here we are by the tonneau cover, the 2023 Tacoma TRD. Mick, what did you get?
So we got last year, I think March 31st, I purchased a Lyon, L-Y-O-N tonneau cover, actually off of Amazon, and Mr. Portie here will put a link either here or here, somewhere around there. So we'll get a link in here of what we bought, and I actually think it's a little cheaper now than it was when I bought it last year. But it's a Lyon tonneau cover, it's aluminum. So
Aluminium for those of you on the other side of the pond.
Yep. So that's what I did get.
Awesome. So why did you get a hard top versus soft top?
So there was a couple things I was looking at here. I do a lot of work down in Detroit, have some stuff in the back of the truck. I don't haul a lot of things, but as you know, Detroit's not the safest place in the world. Things get stolen quite a bit. So I wanted a hard cover here so that I could put things in the back and not have people tear in or break them. So that was one of the very first things I was thinking about. The other thing is, like a lot of soft covers, you put a rail on top of the bed here with the Velcro so you can roll it up, roll it back. And I didn't want anything on the rail. Again, I wanted to make something as simplistic as possible, set it on, use the systems in the truck that were here to use, go with it. And there's different times. There were the ones that ratchet back and roll back, and they have a big bed in the back that takes up a lot of trunk space. It's a lot of work. One of the other things I was thinking about was a flush mount one. This one sits on top. But when you go with the flush mounts, you have to have hardware and equipment inside. And again, I wanted to be able to pull this off and just have the truck, bed.
Keep it OEM.
Yep. So those were the main considerations that I wanted to look at here.
Okay, any mods you had to do to get this baby to fit?
So as I mentioned, you just said OEM, absolutely none to have this installed. I was able to use, if you know, the Tacomas have that adjustable rail, the cleat rail system on the inside, and we're going to show you here in a minute. Cleat rail system, just a couple brackets in there, one at each of these leaves, and they set in with it a set screw, which I'm going to show you something. You got to make sure when you're installing it, you're careful to not strip out the aluminum set screw. But I didn't have to do any mods to install this, and in fact, I can pull this off, and I'm pretty much back to OEM. But there are a lot of gaskets that I needed to install, both up at the head of the bed and all around the tailgate. If you'll see here when I open this up, I still had mud coming in. Not from the cover, but from around the tailgate. So let's get this moved. Let's show them some of the things.
Let's go over to the other side.
Sounds great.
All right, Mick, show us a few of the features of this.
All right, so I'm going to talk about some of the gaskets, some of the features, things I was worried about, things I wanted to watch. And once we go through some of this, I'll fold it back, show you how it clips, and then I'm going to show you what I had to do to the truck. So one of the first things I was worried about is this gasket in the back here. As you can see, this pulls down tight, but as you pull it in and out and close the tailgate, everything seems to be fine. Notice this gap here. We will get to that in a minute. So now that I put a hard cover on, what I did have to do, too bad I didn't get a video of this, is I had to run and put a actuator in for the tailgate lock. Maybe I can pull this off and show you some of those features later. But, so you've got the aluminum cover here. I think there's like a foam core board inside. It's held up well, it's not sagging. You can see it's not very hard, but you can put weight on here, it's not moving. I do put a lot of things on here as I pull them in and out of the truck, try to keep them to the side. So it's an easy system to remove. Hold this light. See these little clips. Pull them off there, one on this side. I did look at differences, where they have ones you can pull a handle here that pulls the two cleats. But this goes back pretty easy. And then these just slide clip in here. So the one thing that did happen when I did get this rubber stop, when you fold this over one more time, this stop holds it on here. This did come off, I just had to re-glue. You can actually see I didn't line it up well. It's a little rubber cement, everything worked great. So let me clip the other side on. And while we're on this side then, you gotta clip those in so when you fold it up, they don't rattle around. So what I was worried about also, if you look at the gasketing here, and at each of these corners it stops, at each of the fold points it stops, I have not seen water come through. It's been pretty dry, and again I'll show you in a second here. I'm going to take the second cover off, roll it back, clip it in, and you can see how that clips. But once we get that done, we'll move back into the bed and I'll show you what I had to do to the truck. So let me pull this off quick. It's the exact same clips we had before. You know, you need a garage that's a foot bigger. Make sure you do that in the next house.
Yep.
A couple extra bays. Maybe a pole barn would be nice.
With a lift?
With a lift. That would be nice. So, well, I'm going to clip this side. Let's go to this other side over here. Let me show you quick how that works. And I've used this going down the highway at 70 miles an hour and nothing's happened. It just clips in. So, it works great. This does not flop around. I haven't had problems. So these gaskets seem to work. Now let's come around here. I'll show you how these cleats work. I don't know, which side do you want? Do you think that side will be better or this side? You can stand right there. I think this will work great. Let me put the light down here. So this is the rail with these adjustable cleats that comes in all Tacomas. There's 3 of these. You just pop this cap off. It slides in there. You can see a set screw. This is all aluminum. On one of the first ones I did strip the aluminum, so I'm gonna have a little problem pulling that off. But remember I said I wanted to make sure this could go back to OEM? You pull these off, you're back to OEM. It doesn't look like you did anything to the truck. Which, you know, if you sell it, maybe you don't want to change anything, that's great. But now everybody's probably noticing, hey, this doesn't leak. What's going on? It's all this mud. It's coming out of this light. So this is the bed light system. They pop off, you know, there's wires that go in and tie into a clip in here. Mud's coming through there. I did buy some small gasketing to put around, but what I think I'm gonna do is just reach in this other side. Here's the problem that's coming. If you look underneath, they don't have a full fender liner here. And as you can see, all the mud from the dirt road gets flung right up in there. I even added these mud flaps and I'm still getting dirt up in there.
Dirty ass truck.
You know, I'm gonna kick this, knock some mud in your driveway or garage here. So that's the one area I'm getting water in, is through the lights. And the other area, I'm gonna show you on this side. I'm gonna close this, watch your hand there. So it almost looks like I've got water dropping here. You can see actually a little bit here, so I think water may come on top of these rails. Let's show over here on this side. You may get up here and it may run down in here, or it's coming under here. So I may pull this rail off and put either a bead of sealant or a small gasket material, try to seal that off.
And that's factory, right?
This is factory. I did not add this, correct. So the other areas I was having problems when I first got it. I put the cover on, noticing the same kind of mud. So if you look in here, there's a gasket I put here. So they left a joint between the bed and the frame, so I put a piece of gasket there. I had to run all of this gasket and all of this gasket. This is just rubber cemented in. You can see I mislined a little bit there. But this all seems to be working now. You can see the dirt around it. It's just those lights is really all I need to do. And if you look at the overall area of the bed, it's pretty clean. I can see some Christmas tree stuff in there from Christmas time. So I need to get that cleaned out. So that's really all the main features of it. It seems to be working.
All right, awesome. Let's wrap this up. All right, Mick, bottom line, would you buy it again?
You know, at the price point, this was $4.99. Even some of the roll covers, they were $299, $300, $399. I would get this again. To step up to get something you guaranteed is waterproof, you're talking $1,000. But you still have the problems with all the gaskets and you know, edges on the truck itself. I would definitely get this again. It's held up a year. I have not had any problems with any leaks, significant leaks that I can know. Maybe a couple under these corner gaskets, but I would definitely get it again. $499, and I think it's actually a little bit cheaper right now.
Awesome.
So, you know, but even more important than this right now, I know you're smoking some ribs. So let's wrap this up. Let's get down and take care of them ribs.
Take care of those ribs. All right. Hey, thank you guys for tuning in. If you like this kind of content, give us a thumbs up, put on those post notifications, and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next one.